What's good, Commanders fans, and happy Saturday. Just wanted to make a quick video here since the trade deadline is on Tuesday, which is Halloween, so it's going to be here very quickly. Jeremy Fowler of ESPN reported, this is the report in the article that he has on ESPN Plus. I do have ESPN Plus. He said, quote, Washington is listening to calls on both Chase Young and Montez Sweat, and there's interest in both. The Commanders have also received inquiries on quarterback Jacoby Brissett. Sitting at 3-4 with Philly on deck, this week could be big for them in regards to trade plans. So this is stuff that we've heard, scuttlebutt, rumors, stuff like that. But there is truth to this. I do believe Jeremy Fowler. We've already heard that, teams have been calling about Chase Young and Montez Sweat, that there is an actual trade offer on the table for Montez Sweat, but not one for Chase Young. And then obviously with Jacoby Brissett, you look at the Jets situation with Zach Wilson, even though they're starting to win some games, they could trade for Jacoby Brissett. Who knows? Ben Standig did say that the Browns are not interested in Jacoby Brissett, even though Deshaun Watson has been in and out of the lineup or in and out of games, and their defense is so darn good that if Jacoby Brissett is the starting quarterback, the Browns are 4-2. They definitely could make the playoffs with Jacoby Brissett as their starter, just being that journeyman veteran quarterback. Now, I definitely would listen to trade offers for Jacoby. I personally, I just want Sam to play the whole season. He is on pace to get sacked 100 times, so the chances of him getting injured are pretty, it could happen, knock on wood, it could happen with any quarterback, but since he gets sacked so many times, maybe Tyler Larson and Chris Paul could change that this upcoming weeks, the next few weeks. But you always got to have a good backup. But at the same time, Jacoby, his contract, it's a 1-year deal. And if you can get a fourth for him or maybe even a third round pick, you got to consider that, because Jacoby Brissett, I don't believe he's going to come in here and make the playoffs. You look at Jacoby Brissett's record as a quarterback. He over the years, he's just a backup. He's 70. His win-loss record right now is 18-30 in his career. So he's just not a playoff quarterback. I don't think he'll come in and take this team to the playoffs if he comes in. I don't see him having a Todd Collins season, taking us to the playoffs after benching Sam Howell or not letting Sam. I think the season should just be dedicated to seeing what Sam Howell can do. And you look at Jacoby on the sideline with Eric Bieniemy, you see already that they don't see eye to eye. They've been arguing. Sometimes Eric Bieniemy's telling Jacoby Brissett to be quiet, or to you basically just be quiet. You've seen them kind of go back and forth on the sideline. So I just don't think Jacoby Brissett's going to come in and be a savior and take us to the playoffs and take us to the promised land. I just don't see it happening. And another thing is, I've seen a lot of people compare Jacoby Brissett to Geno Smith. The difference is that Geno Smith was with Pete Carroll before he got the opportunity to start. Geno Smith was with the Seahawks in 2020 and 2021. Then he finally got an opportunity to start 17 games in 2022. So Jacoby Brissett is here with a new offensive coordinator in Eric Bieniemy in our first year, really, calling all the shots in Eric Bieniemy, where Geno Smith was there behind Russell Wilson for 2 years. Then he finally got to start, and he was there with that same staff for 2 years. So there's a big difference with Geno Smith's opportunity and Jacoby Brissett's opportunity. My main point is here, Ron's not going to be here next year. Jack Del Rio's not going to be here next year. And most likely Eric Bieniemy's not going to be here next year with a new with this ownership, Josh Harris, Magic Johnson. They're probably going to bring in a new coach and a whole new staff and wipe the staff out. Personally, I would just take the draft capital, but I get it. You want to, the second most important position in football right now really is the backup quarterback. Because so many guys miss games and get hurt. You got to have a good backup. So I get it. If we really had a legitimate shot to make the playoffs, then yes, I would keep Jacoby Brissett. But right now, the way this offensive line and the coaching staff, Ron Rivera, Jack Del Rio, Eric Bieniemy, the play calling that he's been calling has been mediocre at best. Has been very inconsistent at best. So if you can get a fourth or a third for Jacoby Brissett, you're not going to get a second round pick. You're not going to get a first round pick. But if you get a third or fourth for Jacoby, it's something to think about. Yes, it would be tough to watch Jake Fromm start for this team if knock on wood Sam Howell gets injured or if he's out. But I think you should get some draft capital. Honestly, I really think you should. I think you should get some draft capital because he's going to leave in the offseason. He's not going to resign. There's no point in re-signing him unless he took us to the playoffs or something like that. And Jake Fromm kind of outplayed Jacoby Brissett in the preseason. I know Jake Fromm played against third string guys. Jacoby did too, and Jacoby did not look good in preseason. I don't want to judge everything off preseason, but Jacoby didn't look great in preseason. It was really the best quarterbacks if you had to rank the quarterbacks in preseason, it was really Sam Howell, then Jake Fromm, then Jacoby Brissett. Because Jacoby was just throwing dirt balls down at the ground to De'Ami Brown's feet and to his legs. So Jacoby Brissett looked under, and he was throwing interceptions out there too. He threw a bad interception in the first game against the Browns too. So, but I think he would be a good match for the Browns if they want to give us a fourth or a third. I think there's something to consider. Same thing with the Jets, man. If they want to give us a third or fourth round pick, I think it's something to definitely pick up the phone and have a conversation for sure. But I get it. A lot of people want to keep Jacoby Brissett because he's a journeyman quarterback. He has had some good seasons. If you look, he was with the Patriots. Then he was with the he was also with the Colts for a couple of years too. He had one good season with the Colts where he had 18 touchdowns, 6 picks, but that was back in 2019. Last year, 12 touchdowns, 6 picks. And he hit a decent QBR as well. So that's the thing with Jacoby Brissett. He doesn't turn the ball over much. But personally, I would definitely pick up the phone and definitely consider trading him for a third or fourth round pick. You guys let me know what you guys think. Most likely he will not be traded because Ron Rivera is still going to be here. Just got to end on that. And he probably will not sell. If I had to bet money on it, he probably will not sell any players at all. Maybe Montez Sweat at the most. But all right, you guys let me know what you guys think. Hell's Commanders. Peace. And Jordan Schultz said that they would not trade Montez or Chase Young unless it was a second or third round pick. That's what Jordan Schultz said. Forgot to mention that in my other video. But all right, you guys, let me know what you guys are going to the Eagles game tomorrow. I will be there. It's going to be tough to link up with you guys because I probably won't get there until 12:15. I try to get in my seat, try to get some food, sit down, get comfortable and whatnot. So if I was tailgating, then I would try to meet up with a bunch of people for sure. But all right, you guys, I'll see you guys possibly tomorrow at the game as well. Peace.